My 24M girlfriend, 23F, accidentally sent me an explicit picture. I've been dating Christina for a year. We have been long distance for the last 2 months, with 2 more months to go until she gets back from a program she is in. We often talk over Facebook chat. If you guys don't know how FB chat works, if you copy and paste a photo into the box, it sends it automatically. You don't get to preview it before it sends. So, Christina and I are talking. She says she wants to send me this funny gif of a dog, and then she accidentally sends me an explicit picture of herself, in her bedroom. It wasn't a selfie. She quickly apologized and backpedaled, saying that she meant that for me, but she wanted to send it later, as a surprise. I asked her who took it, and she said she set a self-timer on the camera on her iPhone. This excuse especially doesn't make any sense to me, because from the angle it's at, it definitely seems like a person took it. The weird thing is, Christina and I don't exchange pictures. I've never asked any girl for an explicit photo, and she's never asked one of me. Sometimes we send each other steamy texts, but that's the extent of it. I'm also suspicious because the photo was already saved to her clipboard, which makes me feel like she pasted it somewhere already. Is my girlfriend cheating on me? How do I even find out? TL, Doctor, my long-distance GF accidentally copied and pasted an explicit photo of herself into my Facebook chat. She apologized and said it was meant for me later as a surprise, but we have never exchanged photos and I don't believe.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
People saying that self-timer pictures aren't a thing are full of poop. Of the pictures I've gotten, around half have been on timer for the angles. If you have a concern, it's over the fact that she had it ready to go, apparently on her clipboard, but don't jump to the conclusion that she's cheating. Talk to her, make sure you're not calling her unattractive, but ask her why she had that picture locked and loaded when you've never done that before. But don't just toss a relationship cause of people on Reddit. Update, my 24M girlfriend, 23F, accidentally sent me an explicit picture. Thanks to everyone for their replies. It really helped put things into perspective. For example, it is way more common to take self-timer pictures than I thought, and that it's possible to check the metadata for a photo and find out some details like whether or not it was taken on a self-timer. I want to especially thank /you/just to talk about a lot for asking me if Christina and I had actually dated for a full year yet, or if we had an anniversary coming up. Because, as it turns out, we did. I don't know why I didn't make the connection on my own. And, as it turns out, my girlfriend is not cheating on me. A couple days ago I got a big package in the mail to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Among other things, it contained an envelope filled with multiple nude photos of my wonderfully awesome girlfriend, with a note saying, "I know you never asked, but I wanted to give you something special since I can't be there with you." Among the photos was the one that she accidentally sent to me. She also included a USB with the photos uploaded, along with the physical copies, so that I could have digital versions. Here are a few extra details to better explain what happened. Christina did indeed take the photos herself. I asked her, nicely, how she managed to do a self-timer at such a good angle, because my initial reaction to the photos were that somebody else obviously must have taken them. She showed me through FaceTime how she was able to prop her phone up against some objects in her room, and they were exactly from the angle she sent them at. To further corroborate this story, Christina had actually confirmed my address with one of our mutual friends a few days before the accidental copy and paste situation went down. So she had in mind that she wanted to send this package before, not as a cover-up for accidentally giving herself away. When I asked her how she accidentally managed to send that particular nude, she said that she was copying and pasting the files from one folder to the USB she sent me. She forgot that the nude was still on her clipboard. When she tried to send me that GIF, it didn't copy properly, and instead she pasted what was on her clipboard previously. She said she was just relieved that it was me she made this mistake on, and not somebody else. Finally, I took the advice that many of you commented/messaged me. I checked the data on the image files and they were indeed taken recently on a self-timer. So, sigh of relief. Thank you to everyone here for putting my mind at ease. I was convinced that everyone was going to say I was definitely being cheated on. But honestly, Christina has never done anything to even make me suspect that she would be cheating. I am very happy. TL, doctor, my girlfriend is not cheating on me. She took those pictures to send as part of a surprise package to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. It's nice to see a happy ending on here every once in a while. You lucky fucker. I find it disturbing that you think it's normal to do all those things to corroborate her story. If you can't trust your partner, you've got bigger issues. I, 27 meters, told my friend, 30 meters, that his girlfriend, 27F, was cheating on him and he didn't believe me. This is a ducked up situation and I just want his friendship back. I'm also going to use names so it gets less confusing. Basically, I caught my friend's girlfriend, Candice, cheating on him. I went to a pub and she was there, making out with another guy. She saw me, looked scared as poop and ran away. I followed her and said that if she didn't tell him about what she did, I would. She begged me not to and that it was a misunderstanding but duck it. They've been dating for 8 years now, my friend deserved to know. Well, a week went by and nothing happened. Their relationship was the same and he had no clue about the betrayal. I knew she wasn't going to tell him, so I did. I had a serious talk with him and I told him she had cheated on him. At first he thought it was a prank, but when he realized I was being serious he didn't believe me. He accused me of trying to destroy their relationship due to the fact I'm gay, saying I had feelings for him. I was really hurt by what he said, so I told him to duck off and left. He didn't even try to stop me and apologize. I'm not waiting for an apologize, but seriously, what can I do in this situation? He's planning on proposing. After 8 years, they're going to get married. And she ducking cheated on him. Is there any way I can make him believe me? TL, doctor, my girlfriend's friend cheated on him. I told her that if she didn't tell him I would. I ended up having to tell him and he didn't believe me and accused me of having feelings for him due to the fact I'm gay. That's the way these things go. You have done your part, now leave it. Update, I, 27 meters, told my friend, 30 meters, that his girlfriend, 27F, was cheating on him and he didn't believe me. Here I am again with good news. I went back to the pub and told the manager, yo, I really need that surveillance footage, mate. My buddy's girlfriend was making out with another guy and you need to help me, you know? He of course agreed and asked me on a date afterwards. I'm taken, so I obviously said no, but I did show the footage to my friend who dumped his girlfriend. Just kidding. I went back to the pub and politely asked the manager for footage of that night. He agreed to show me and then I showed it to my friend. I left a really big tip and I wanna give a shout out to you /real nigga Hannah for the idea. Thanks. My friend was devastated, of course. He had been dating Candice for 8 years. But he said, I knew you weren't lying, I just couldn't accept it. He also apologized deeply for bringing up my sexuality, and after a long talk, I decided to forgive him because I understand that he was in a bad place. He dumped his GF. Thanks for all the advice, r/relationships. TL, doctor, I showed the pub footage to my friend and he dumped his GF. I, 27M, just found pics of her, 27F, cheating. I'm sorry if this sounds disjointed, I'm in a bit of a state right now. I was using my girlfriend of 5 years' computer, and I opened an unnamed folder on her desktop. Inside I found pictures of her clearly having romance with someone I have never seen before. I can barely type right now, let alone speak. She is at work right now, she won't be home for another 6 hours. I don't know what to do, Reddit. I can't think, I can barely move, I feel so lost. I don't know how I am going to recover from this. I can't afford to move out, but I would rather be homeless than spend one more second here. Any advice on how to proceed or even just some kind words would be appreciated. Too long, didn't read, found pictures of later girlfriend cheating. Please help. Slight update: once I felt like I could breathe again, I looked at the EXIF data from the pictures. They're from last month, taken by her phone. Update 2, thank you, everyone. I still feel like I want to throw myself in front of a bus, less so than before, but I found somewhere to stay until I get back on my feet. If anyone has any suggestions about how to stop feeling like there is a weight slowly crushing my chest, I would really appreciate it. I have some packing to do, but I will try to respond to the thread when I can. Update 3, I'm not vomiting or crying anymore, so I will consider that an improvement. Now I just feel empty. Like, somewhere between my belly button and my ribs is a space that used to be occupied and now is vacant. Time heals all wounds, I suppose. First, thank you all for responding to this thread. You have no idea how much it means to me to know that others, even if they are halfway around the world, care about this. Your collective advice and words of encouragement have helped me immensely. Second, to update the situation, my things are packed and in my car. I found someone to stay with temporarily, although I'm not sure for how long. I took the things that were sentimental to me or reminded me of her, drove them out of town, and burned and smashed it all. It was cathartic. I suppose littering the outdoors with my mementos isn't very eco-friendly, but I'm hoping Mother Nature will give me a pass on this one. Third, as per a number of requests in the thread, I changed her desktop background to one of the pictures. Having to look at it again while I did so was even harder than packing, I think, but it is done. It was unnecessary, as I have already asked her via text to never contact me again, but it is satisfying to know that she will have to come home to that. To answer some of the other questions posed in the thread, EXIF data from the pictures said they were taken by her phone last month. I have racked my brain, and surprisingly, I cannot come up with any red flags about the relationship. She is a Redditor, so I am trying to avoid specifics, but they were taken while she was on an extended trip. Perhaps she thought that she could have some sort of fling with someone she met and I would be none the wiser. I can't explain why she left a folder containing these pictures on her laptop. It seems incredibly stupid to me, but it isn't like they were in plain sight. They were among a number of other, seemingly benign pictures. I do not believe she wanted me to find out. She seems very upset and has been begging me to talk with her about it. Finally, I just want to reiterate, thank you, Reddit. The support, the stories, and the kind words have meant more than any of you could know. No advice, just pointing something out. She wanted to get caught. Putting damning evidence in an easily accessible desktop folder and giving you free rein to use her computer is the exact opposite of covering her tracks. On some level, she knew this day would come and wanted it to happen.